Men are all about winning in video games, and that's what makes us truly competitive. Look at the fucking sweats on Rocket League and Call of Duty. They're absolute fucking sickos that don't know how to fucking sleep. But women, they don't know the absolute importance of video games. At least some of them. There are women streamers out there that are really good, and I'll give credit to those. But it's like putting a man in a model competition in a room full of women. Unless he's gay, then he shouldn't even be in there. He's probably not gonna win. That's this whole situation with the Marvel Rivals tournament. When you're given an opportunity of a lifetime and given a group of women involving someone named CC as a leader and a guy named Kingsman going into this tournament for a prize of 40K, not knowing that you would have two different goals. I'm sure you've seen this already, way behind in this content. But you see, CC and the team wanted to have fun. It was all about the vibes. And Kingsman was trying to win to raise money for his college fund. So now you end up on a team where everyone wants to be part of the vibes. While Kingsman Jen was on a mission to achieve and actually win and make some money for his fucking college fund worth $30 fucking dollars. Guys, do you know how it is to give up on something like that? I would be rushing to get that kind of cash. What the fuck is wrong with these people? And these are supposed to be the best of the best players. But this bitch ass back in the kitchen. And I'm talking about Zaza. But we'll get there. Oh shit. I haven't made it past the introduction. So starting off, they tell Kingsman they aren't going to play to the full of their abilities. And they didn't even take him seriously at that moment. At first, it was just a small thing, not much going on. But then it starts to get worse. Obviously, it always does. Kingsman gets into an argument about them not running triple port. And of course they got heated over that. Leading into this argument.
Hey bro, but you think Zaza's gonna swap after we had this conversation 10 different times?
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you when you keep asking. Like,
I'm telling you right now, she's gonna start on Widow no matter what you say.
I don't even think I've been playing that bad in our scrims on Widow either.
I believe you. I believe you. I know you won't. I know you're not bad at the game.
So when you're doing it just for the vibes, obviously you're going to get absolutely shitted on. But when you're playing someone like Black Widow, who's the worst fucking player in the game, not even Jeff is that fucking bad, guys. And the woman had to choose Black Widow of all people and gets absolute dogged on all the time and 2 hits. But once again, they get into an argument about it again when he tries to make him change for the second time. But CC and Zaza is out here spouting some shit, ganging up on him, even though he's the whole reason why they was even winning in the first place. CC made it seem like she was doing shit when she and Zaza were the ones getting the most shitted on. And Zaza is the one with Black Widow, if you didn't know. So they're telling him how he's toxic and shit. And behind the scenes, it leads to him getting kicked with no clear explanation on why. Then the tournament will continue. And on Lucy's stream, when they finally get to the part on where he's explaining himself on why they shouldn't play Black Widow anymore, she straight up make fun of the dude about his college fund and makes a terrible 6'7" joke.
I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7.
Nigga, this is 2026. That was 2025. We're honestly done here. And unless you're like fucking 6 years old, no one really does that anymore. This fucking bitch. CC would lie about what really happened in the stream, making it seem like he was the most absolute toxic person in this whole story.
So like Boston pulled me aside and was just like, a lot of people were coming to him, like chatters and stuff, were showing him clips of him like saying disrespectful things about the tournament, like us as a team, and like saying we were gonna lose and all that stuff. And like Boston was just not having it, and so he asked me, and I was just like, it's kind of just like, if you think so. But apparently he was like muting in like while we were in Discord and then saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna lose, and these guys, my team sucks. And then he was talking about like how some other tournament he's in was like way better. And I think Boston was just not taking that disrespect. And low-key, like, I didn't want that disrespect either. Like, I didn't want someone on the team that was just constantly gonna like shit talk us to his chat. So I was just like, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But then CC would end up getting shitted on when she would release a video the very next day on the whole situation that had just occurred last night. But she get absolutely disliked to insanity Worse than that woke Snow White movie where she explained the whole situation.
And she was gonna go 0-5 no matter what she played. Why? Because Kingsman was breathing down her neck, in her ear, for the last 30 minutes. She wasn't focused, she wasn't locked in, she wasn't going to play well no matter what she played. So you guys are like, that was her game. That was her game to show off. That was her chance to prove that it worked. No, it wasn't. Because during that time, Kingsman was still down her ear. We finish that map and we go into the next game and we're still arguing about it. At that point, I have to put my foot down as a captain. And yes, I told him to STFU. But you have to understand, this is after an hour of dragging this conversation on, an hour of me asking him to drop this topic, an hour of just continuous arguing in the team. Yes, I finally told him.
And even though Zaza couldn't even get one kill for 3 games straight while making her voice high-pitched to make it seem like she was all innocent and, oh, please feel bad for me and bullshit like that. Now, this bitch is giving us a lecture on the importance of vibes. Woman, when the fuck has vibes ever been an important part? You're talking about chemistry? The chemistry to get the best of the best and win the fucking thing and congratulate on everyone on their efforts. It's been like that for the longest time, from Rocket League to Fortnite to Apex to Gran Turismo. No one cares if the vibes are shit. She didn't even focus on winning. That's what's most important. And even on top of that, she didn't even apologize for it. If anything, she doubled down from her own words.
Say, replace the term loser with being disrespectful, with asshole or rude. And that's my point. I don't think Kingsman's a loser. I think he's a good player who just wants to win. I think I said that because Kingsman was being a loser. You just criticized and demoralized my teammate for an hour, repeatedly ignoring our mentions to stop. Like, that's loser behavior. You're being a loser for that. And I'm going to say it again. If you make someone sad for an hour, despite people telling you to stop, that's being a loser. And none of you guys in the chats could even you guys were trying to justify that. There's no justification for being an asshole. That's just what that was. So yeah, on Kingsman, if Kingsman brought up the Bass and be like, yo, this was a personal attack on me, I would have argued. I was like, no, that's not a personal attack. That's just facts.
And it's not supposed to be a personal attack, yet you called him a loser and an asshole in the same sentence. No wonder your shit got absolutely disliked. Like, that's fucking crazy. Small note, Ante would make a video on TikTok.
Watch.
The event itself skyrocketed Rivals to the front page of Twitch, and they had over 100,000 viewers combined, I believe. Mind you, most of the guys that are in this tournament are partnered on Twitch. If you ran ads during this event, you got bank. I will say, Kingsman played his cards correctly. Paint yourself as the victim in the situation. You got kicked from a $40,000 tournament, even though you were guaranteed to get paid anyway. Make yourself look like the victim. The rest of your teammates were bullying you, and I would believe that if I didn't have the full context.
Yeah, man.
He played it smart. He only showed the game where Zaza did bad. One game where Zaza went 0-5, and that was after 2 hours and several days of internet banter and Kingsman talking her character. And don't twist my words. By character, I mean the Widow character. Stop it. What Kingsman didn't show in his video were the matches that Zaza full carried the entire team. There were a lot of things omitted from Kingsman's video, funnily enough, including dialogue between me and him at the end, where I talked about the cutthroat of business.
Where he straight up plays in the hand of both Zaza and CC's side and lies about Kingsman removing pieces of content. This absolute sent riding both Zaza and CC's meat after he said he wasn't going to defend anyone, and well, obviously he got flamed for it. But CC would end up going and trying to explain herself on Twitter. Probably the worst place to do that. But no matter what she said, people didn't defend her and went and gave her links of what actually happened. Now, you did have a couple of simps that tried to defend her, and oh boy, did they get fucking shut down, which led to her make another post longer where she finally apologized. Only took her long enough after bashing Kingsman. This entire time she was making Discord chat behind everybody's back and made more bullshit. Like, she had a panic attack. That's what she came up with? Really? After all this time? A panic attack? Bitch, please. It was all a stunt with Zaza. And of course, Zaza got bashed as well, which led to her making a statement on Twitter as well. I'm gonna let you read it while I just talk. But yeah, all this shit is insane. And honestly, the only reason they made their apologies is because the vibes they got from other people who saw the stream and even from Kingsman's video weren't positive and bashed them all over and over and over again. If this had never came out, this bad, then no one would have ever said anything about Cece, and she would still be the bitch she is today. So Kingsman goes on to release Discord chats. I call it the Cece files. We get to see how real bitch this woman is. Like we didn't already know, but everyone truly knows this by now, and we really get to see it all. And even though Kingsman was being nice towards her, she still bashes him over and over again. I generally can't stand Cece after this, but I'm glad Kingsman released this shit, and still no apology and made herself a pity. Even more so, Lucy said shit on Discord too, but then she thinks it's okay to make it seem like she's right. Who the fuck are these people? Like, absolutely insane ass people. I fucking hate people like this. Now, no, I couldn't have done any of this myself. These are the best of the best. Well, maybe except for Zaza. And I haven't played Marvel Rivals in months, because every time I try playing, my PS4 gets ready to explode. But I can definitely say that Cece, Zaza, and Lucy are the 3 worst fucking women in gaming history. And there's a good ending to this, because Cece is going down, losing all her sponsorships that she has. And Zaza and her boyfriend or whatever is getting repercussions on the shit that they said behind back. And the person who banned Kingsman is also on the side of Kingsman, at least now. I hope that all this publicity that they're getting causes them to never get the views that they want, and that we never forget how bitchy these people are. People like this get what they deserve. Even though it takes a while, that's fine, because karma comes to those who don't expect it. But I'm glad Kingsman released this and didn't let it go simply. And for keeping this cool as well, because they would have used that as ammo. I hope everything goes well for him in the very future, that he gets to a place where he wants to be. But honestly, with this whole thing blowing up on his channel, he's making more of a profit than they ever did, even with their sponsorships. And he's surpassing these nasty ass women. And I love that for him. But anyway, this has been Shane Rants. My shitty opinions with me, Shane. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And for those of you that don't like my channel, you don't have to fucking watch. It's that simple. But those that do, I appreciate your support, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.